Well, here we are on YouTube. Nathan, how are you?
Tipitapa? I am tutuwatata. I'm just fine, actually. Thank you. And I just
I don't know why
translated
I
it.
lost my tongue. I don't know why I lost my tongue. I'm sorry.
You lose your tongue a lot.
That's what singers do before they go out. You know, ta 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 ta, ma ma ma
Mama,
ma ma,
mama, me, me, me,
me
me,
me me
wop,
me
wop, 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 wop,
me.
wop.
Whoop, 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 whoop. They get their mouth ready to enunciate and say things properly, because people come to our channel for those reasons.
Welp, what do we got? Well, we got some stuff on the go here, Ryan. What do we got going here? Sorry.
Okay,
I screwed that
so
up. I screwed that up.
that's fine. Keep it in. Keep it in. Now you got to take out what
Okay.
I said. Keep it in.
All right.
Uh, well, this is interesting because we actually just did a couple days ago of the time of this recording. We did a mush tune from our patron, one of our patrons. He wanted us to listen to some of his original music. Now, the music he wanted us to listen to, I think, will be different than what we're about to hear. But I bring that up because it's kind of interesting. People joined our channel for the experience of us talking about music we've never heard before, sharing our thoughts. We're not really reactors. We just share our thoughts and our feelings on songs that we've never heard before. And some have become such, I would say, great fans in the sense like they love us, but some have been such great followers of our channel that they kind of want to hear our thoughts on things they've created personally. So that kind of blows my mind. Like
Yeah.
it's one thing to react to like Fish, or because we can say something about a band that's mega popular and it does, what we say doesn't change anything.
No,
Nobody cares.
nobody cares.
But the person is actually saying, hey, listen to our music. We had Roast John did that, and another band. So we've had a few people actually submit to us their music for us to share our thoughts on. So this is from Eric. He's one of our faithful patrons, and he wants us to listen to something he and his brother did a few years back. Nathan's got some data on that to give some
Yeah.
background. So if you're listening to this because you're one of our few, and I'm not gonna lie, there are very few. And Eric, if you're watching this, you might be the only one, and you and your family, because a lot of people, they just don't click on things they don't know. It's just normal YouTube algorithms. Like, oh, I don't know who that is. I don't want to listen to it. But we have a few people on our channel who actually follow the journey that we go through. And so to those, we ask you to be nice to Eric. We don't know the music. I'm just saying, if it sucks, like let's say it's like, we'll share what we're going to share. But what I'm saying is, in the comments below, be nice, and that Eric's actually putting himself out there, saying, "Hey, this is something I've done. It might get a few eyeballs on it, ears on it." So
Yeah, it's really
that's
hard
our
to be
preference.
vulnerable. Yeah, I think it's very
Yeah,
hard to
you're
be
yeah.
vulnerable and to put yourself out there. And I think that's
So
kind of,
Eric, that's
yeah.
cool that you're doing that. That you're allowing us to, share our thoughts, and we do tell the truth on our channel. We're never, we won't be brutally honest, but what I'm saying is we do share our thoughts. But I'm excited to hear this. So Nathan, what do you have as a background there?
So I was just writing down the order. So he's got an order. There's 4 songs
Okay,
on Spotify, and
and
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud. Okay,
And he's got a little write-up that I'm going to read for this. He says, when we recorded our demo at Over It Studio in Albany, New York, Adam Claremont, who mixed our demo, posted on his social media while we were recording, and I quote, he said, "Yes, this is actually happening right now. The band consists of me and my brother, Eric, and his brother's name is Justin. My brother is the guitar player, and he's also responsible for programming everything on an MC505 box. I guess the Beastie Boys are famous for using one of those,
okay.
as well as programming on Ableton Live. Yeah, so he says he calls it electro rock with a hint of jam music thrown in.
Okay.
Okay.
I think Eric might have been one of our Fish fans that follow our channel.
Yes.
Am I right about that?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
You can see the SoundCloud screen.
Oh, wait 1 second, Nathan. He also sent me a couple things just to read as well. He just wanted to say it's just two brothers that came from a pretty crazy place, and the music is the sound of our emotions. We've never produced anything, we've never been proud of anything. He just doesn't want people to think that we're reacting to some band that's trying to make it. And it was years back. They're just saying, hey, we're proud of this. We enjoy doing it. We're not looking for a free plug. All that kind of stuff. So we understand, Eric. It's a genuine. He wants us. I think he's interested in what we have to say, and he wants us to to react to that one last thing. He did want to say that he dropped $3,000 on the demos. This meant a lot to them.
Yeah.
Their own money. And here's the thing, Eric, and I say this with a little seriousness, that you did something with your brother that you can be proud of, and that's great. And that's more than some people could say, about their life in general. You created something. You built something. It's out there, and people are going to hear. You're going to get at least at the very least, you're going to get a couple more ears on this. So.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, and I see it, Nathan. I'm ready to listen. So, what's the first song called?
Circus. And just give me a thumbs up if you can hear it.
Yeah.
Oops. Nice riff.
It's a great riff.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy that sound.
Bass really strong too.
Yeah, great bass line. Yeah. Carry that out. Yeah. You hear that in the background?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oops. Sorry, turned it down too much.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm impressed. Like
Yeah.
I I think it's really cool. Okay, let me start this again. So I am really impressed. I hate to say I'm a little surprised because that's unfair because that doesn't I don't know Eric from Adam, you know.
Hmm.
So for all we know, they're the next Guns N' Roses or so. We just don't know. But the point is like I've often said that there are so many people out there who can play guitar, sing, whatever it is, paint, write a book. They'll never get it out there. It could be
Hmm.
the next whatever great American novel, great American band, whatever culture, of course, but just whatever big thing, and it's never discovered because a lot of artists will tell you that are popular. It's luck. It's kind
Hmm.
of just right
Hmm.
place, right time, the right person. Oh, I like your sound, man, and
Yeah.
they just
Yeah.
so um, yeah, I'm absolutely. If I was able to play guitar and I was able to jam,
Hmm.
and you were playing drums, and
Hmm.
I was just sitting there, I could totally see my look. I'm not gonna. This is what I'd play. I think
Yeah.
this is what Ryan would end up just going boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
just in that waka 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 sound. It just so I was listening to it like, what would Ryan do if he could play guitar?
Hmm.
And I've often said, I think Eric knows this. If maybe this is why he's letting us listen to this or trusting us a little bit because he knows that Ryan, me, I like rock and roll. It's like good old rock and roll. Tap my foot, listen to guitar and drums and bass, and yeah, it's right up my alley. So it was a very easy listen. Is it the next great Van Halen song or something? Well, no, but that's fine. It's not about that. This is a really cool sound.
Hmm.
I again right away. I was like, oh, this is surprising. Now maybe the other three tracks will suck. I don't know, but I don't think so. I think what they did here, it's pretty cool collaborative experience. Sorry, I talked a lot there, but that was all my thoughts at once.
No, I agree with all of that. I felt if there was a sound that it reminded me of a little bit, not in the like as skilled as this guy, but sounded like Joe Satriani a little
You
bit.
know, bingo.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Nathan, I
Yeah.
thought this exact same thing. Yeah, the
Okay.
production's a little bit, obviously it's not a Joe Satriani production, and we
Yeah.
know they're not gonna sit there and say yeah they could play like he does. But no, it sounded like a Joe Satriani type song from the mid '90s where he would do his like riffs and stuff with his band, and then he would do his
Yeah.
like little solo work coming out. I totally agree. So if they're fans of him, I wonder if there was some influence there as well because definitely I got this exact same vibe. He took,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Cool. Well, I'm glad it wasn't just me.
No, well, good call. Good call.
Impressive all around. So I'm just anxious to hear more. So
Yeah,
let's listen
and
to the
I
next
sent
one.
him a quick email because I only got him by email because
Hmm.
maybe you have the answer. Who plays what? Is that a drum track or is somebody playing the drums or is he doing the bass
I'd have to go
or?
check.
Okay, maybe while we're listening to the next one, see if you can get that info. And I also sent him
Okay.
an email. He's pretty good about responding, so we'll see if he gets
Sure.
it to us. Okay, all right.
Okay.
Next one's called what?
Dark Matters.
All right.
This one's 1997.
Oh, this is an early one. Yeah, this will be interesting. Okay. He mentioned that one of them was a little bit earlier, I think. More experimental type sound.
Hmm. Now the reverb's very strong on that.
definitely more of an experimental sound. Like playing with effect.
Yeah. I'm curious to know if we're thinking of the same song.
Something's on the tip of my tongue. Wait on it. Wait on it.
It's different now.
Okay.
That's
Van Halen's down there.
it's running your fingers along the guitar string.
Yeah.
So there's an echo effect on there. There's a vibrato effect. There's some other effects I don't know. So my question here, was this recorded in 1997?
I think so. I think he mentioned
Okay.
one, but I could be wrong. I feel bad. I don't know.
Okay, because what it's making me think of is Exit by U2.
Oh, yeah, good call. Okay, yeah.
Has that sort of experimental sound to it. The changing and fluctuating. I'm not even sure how to get that effect. That's an effect I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
that's good, kind of a closer. You know what I mean? Like to kind of have as an outro.
yeah, and I guess what I wanted to say about this one is, so we've listened to some other experimental bands before, and sometimes, and I remember we listened to one that it didn't matter how I listened to it, I could not find anything positive to say about it.
Oh, sorry, say that last part again.
It didn't matter how we listened to it or how we talked about it. I could not. I don't think either of us found anything in this one particular reaction we did, and it was hard to find anything positive.
Oh,
and that was because it just felt like it was really thrown together, and it wasn't very.
right.
I can detect some method to the madness here, so it's not just like random all over the place. There was a bass line that was kind of leading it at first, and then as it kind of got more warped and crazy, but it started to break down, and that was the intent. So there's an intentional art piece here that can move you and can actually give you some direction. I was mesmerized by it, actually.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I don't mean that. Like, what's interesting, but I kind of had a feeling, okay, it's not going to go anywhere. And I know he mentioned this EP was about their emotions, so I can almost feel like in this situation, if this is an emotion, it's somebody maybe struggling to even make a sentient thought or confusion. Not quite dark, but you're like, so much in my head, I can't quite form a proper sentence, and I'm just kind of doing this.
Yeah.
So, because they said that each song is about their emotions, where the first one that we listened to could have been more of upbeat, rock and roll, let's go, and this was definitely felt darker, mysterious, creepy.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Yeah. And he did get back to me in the email. I told you he's good about that. He said here, Corlaer. How would you say the name of the EP?
Corlaer, I think so. Yeah.
It's a 2-man act consisting of him and his brother Justin.
Yeah.
He says his brother plays guitar and he plays the bass. So everything else must be electronic. Yeah, the programming consists of old drum beats, synth sounds, strings, and a few other things. That's from that groove box, I think.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Okay, there you go. That I figured it sounded like a drum machine, which is again not a criticism. I was just wondering if that's what we're hearing.
Yeah.
It didn't sound like an actual drum set. So so he plays bass. Eric plays bass. Justin plays guitar. Cool. So Eric, I want to say in that first song that we listened to, great bass line, and it came through. And it's nice that, hey, it's your bass playing, put it through, let us hear it. So that was good. All right, what's the next one?
Next one is Mr. Phelps.
He's a good guy, that Mr. Phelps. Didn't he win the swimming?
Why, yes, he did. Nice sound.
Definitely more mature.
Yep. Wow.
Oh, that riff reminds me of something. Oh, a little bit of Genesis, Planet Confusion.
Oh.
I wonder if they caught that. Just a little reminder of it. Where you can have singing.
What's that?
I was saying this is where you can have singing.
Yeah.
Like keyboard doing the vocal effect.
Yep. Yep. It's Joe Satriani.
Great bass line.
Yep.
All right, that was. I wonder if he gave us the order that he wants to listen to, because I think each song in its own right getting a little bit better. Like that was probably the best of the three we've heard so far, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's the one that was played the most
Oh, on their SoundCloud.
on the
Okay,
sound.
interesting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Overall, yeah, I really like that. Again, I said it in the middle of the song. It got some more Joe vibes there. Definitely felt like not like one of his songs, but I could feel that same kind of flow of how the song was moving. I guess I was thinking about it. This was 4 years ago when they recorded this. So I'm curious to know if your brother Justin is still playing, because, well, obviously people don't stop playing, but like if
Right.
he's kept on improving his craft, because it's really good, and it's got like there's a lot of like where is this going to go? Like, if you're this good now, did he improve since then, and has he gotten even better? Because it's quite good. Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Well said. I don't know if you heard me. I was saying there's that bass line, the chorus sound had a bit of a not note for note, of course, but it reminded me. My brain went, "Oh, that sounds familiar." I went to the Land of Confusion from Genesis. I don't know if you know that
I
song.
think I can't remember if you showed that one to me or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people, if they know the song, might think, "Oh yeah." So, but music's only so many notes, and some things to just remind you of it. But just
Yeah.
remind me a little bit. But it sounded great. It still sounded like its own. I really enjoyed it, and this song is a one where I said that you could have lyrics, or you could see where they could put a singer in here, and that
Yeah.
part where it gets a little bit crunchier, that's where the chorus comes in. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, great stuff. So I think the next one is the last one, but before we listen to it, he just wanted to remind me. He goes, he's he doesn't know we're recording as he's sending me these emails, so I forgive him for not knowing that. But he just wanted to say though that and he's gave me permission to read this because without getting into details, we came from a very very dark place growing up. So this album was about, I guess, those emotions. I think maybe that last song I was talking about, the one before this one, where that
Dark
place,
Matters.
but yeah, there you go. Yeah, so there you go. It was probably poor mental health. It was a feeling. He said, honestly, what we went through could be put into a Netflix documentary about living in a cult.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so it caused them some serious trauma and a mental illness that they deal with to this day. So he gave me permission to share that, to give a background. Both he and his brother, this is their outlet, and art
Yeah.
is a great way to outlet. So better doing this than harming yourself or others, of course.
Yep.
But yeah, use art to get those demons out of you. So
Yeah, it's interesting how sometimes that is what makes art better.
he said here, the dream is dead. The demo is worth dust to us at this point.
Oh, duh.
He goes, that's why we thought we'd send it to our favorite reaction channel. Next best thing. Nope.
It's not us, so who would that be?
Yeah. Well, and I feel bad. I know what he's saying. Like, look, Eric, I get what you're saying. Like, are you going to be a rock star? No, probably not. Are we going to be big time YouTubers? No, probably not. So but I feel your pain. It's something that you were passionate about, and it didn't catch. Where you hear some of the garbage out there. I mean, this is easily better than 99% of the garbage that is on the radio right now. Like, I'd rather listen to this demo than your average radio station any given day at any time of the day. You know what I mean? Like it's just boring, monotonous stuff. Not every song, but you get what I'm saying. It's just like, ugh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's something real to this. It doesn't have that overproduction, 5 different hands trying to make the incredible beat that everyone's going to listen to. No, this sounds like 2 brothers getting their demons out, and I think that's great.
Yeah.
So
very well said, Ryan. Very well said.
Well, you know me, people. This is why I'm everyone's favorite reaction channel.
Okay.
So what's this one called?
Last one's called "Turn Me Up."
Oh, it's gonna be a banger. I bet you that's why he saved it for last. I wonder. I could be wrong, but called "Turn Me Up." I wonder if that's speaking to the actual track. Like, hey, you want to turn this one up? So.
Okay. Here we go.
All right. Here we go.
piano stuff in there. You know what? I really liked how this moves when it needs to move. You know what I mean? Like it's time to change at good times.
Okay. Now let me know after. Let me know after.
counter rhythm going on there. Oh, it was the bass. Synth bass, that's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna.
Oops, sorry.
Well,
Sorry.
this is my only criticism because I'm not an artist and I don't create. But if I was a producer, yeah, I'll
Mhm.
say like producing this album. I guess that's how I look at it. Like I know it when I hear it, type thing.
Mhm.
So if I was the producer, I like the song a lot. I mean, okay, I'll get to my final thoughts. But I like the song a lot. I would have tightened it a little bit. There was a little bit of repetition. They probably just like playing the music and just having fun in the
Yeah.
studio. Probably
Yeah.
what it was. Don't get me wrong. Like, but if I was gonna put this track on an album, I'd be like, okay, let's tighten it. Let's and that solo at the end was great. Don't touch the solo work. That was fantastic. But let's just get there a little bit quicker. I just knock off a minute and a half. Just get there a little bit quicker. So do that little riff, intro, everything, and then
Yep.
boom, go right into the outro with that solo and end it the way you did.
It was. I think that was the more complex of the 4 songs,
Yeah,
with
it
the
was.
exception of Dark Matters. I don't know how hard it is to make those sounds and how that worked, but of them all, Turn Me Up. That was the last one we just did. Had the most complexity. It had the breakdown when it would go down to just like bass and guitar, and then it would kind of fill in with piano, and then it would, there was really, I was listening for the timings of when things would change, and they did change, and it would go, from bar to bar, and I could tell it was intentional, and I think I agree with that. Your assessment there. If it were tightened up, it could actually be something that you would really release, and you know, people would want to hear more of that. I think for sure. Even
Right.
as it is, these 4 songs are above and beyond what I not that I was preparing myself for something bad, but like I was.
Well, let's be honest. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
you're taking the words right out of my mouth. We were just like, what are we getting? What are we getting here? Like, because we're nervous. Like, well, we can't lie and say, oh, that was great. Like you do, like parents do when their kids can't sing.
Yeah.
But we're like, but yeah, I mean, I didn't have to lie here. Honestly, this was very easy to listen to. Sorry to interrupt you. Well, keep going. What you're saying there.
No, that was generally what I was going to finish with. Was I feel like my reaction to this is honestly, this is great music. This is
Yeah.
something I'm proud to be able to put it on our channel, and you should be proud of it too, Eric,
Well said, Nathan.
for being able to perform this. And if you've let this go, I'd say get back on the wagon, man. Like, you got talent and skill. Like, look at Ryan. Like, Ryan can't play. He wishes he could play. And like,
I'm just a corn dog. I can't do nothing. I can't sing or dance. I can't play any instruments. So I can only fake produce albums. That's all I can do.
so I mean, yeah, I would say get back into that. It is a very effective way of dealing with stress, of dealing with, anything that you're going through. So I think, especially during the times we're going through right now, anyone that's really struggling, I always think like, man, there's easy ways out of this, and I would say, if you're talented and you're musical, put it to good use. Yeah.
Well said, Nathan. Well, there you go. All the best in 2022 to you and your brother. You got this, man. You got this.
Yeah, absolutely.
And thanks everyone for watching our channel. If you're there, if you're not there, that's fine. We did this for Eric, and so Eric, we had a blast. So you had a couple of corn dog ass guys here who enjoyed what you and your brother did. So there's at least 2 people.
There you go. All right. Well, we'll see you in the next one.